Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm going to talk a little bit today about my neck dissection, but I also thought that I would veer off a little bit and just talk a bit about self-advocacy. Sorry about my hair. I was walking on the beach earlier and it's a little bit messy, but I hope you're all having a really great day, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about, trusting your gut. So when it was still yet to be determined, and between my first and second surgery, about whether or not I still had cancer, I did have to fight a little bit in getting some more tests done. And I just want to shout out to my ENT because he has always been really fantastic at trusting me, and also in giving his listening ears out for me when needed, because there have been several times, especially that first time, when I wasn't always taken seriously by everyone, and he went out of his way to make the effort to get the tests done that I needed to get done in order to see that I still had some malignancy, which, turned out to be very good that we caught it, so that I could get it out of my body. A lot of times, there are, in some cases, a lot of times, patients who aren't taken as seriously as I was taken. And there have been times where it's been a struggle for me, because there have been a lot of times where I have not looked like I was sick. There have been a lot of times where in physicality I look like a normal, healthy young woman, when inside my body there was a lot of bad negativity and distress going on. And I mentioned in my first video, but I often have had to fake it a lot of the time. And now that I'm starting to feel better, we still don't know exactly, where we are. And I'm hopeful that I'm on the mend, but still, there are a lot of times where I have to fake it. So I just want to say how grateful I am to have had my ENT, as well as a couple of other of my doctors, really take the initiative and advocate for me. Because a lot of the times we really, truly, as patients, have to advocate for ourselves more than anything. And that's really important, especially when you know in your body that there's something wrong. So that brings me to my next thing that I wanted to discuss before I go into the topic of my neck dissection, is just symptoms and side effects. But mostly I wanted to talk about symptoms and side effects that I've experienced over the past 6 months. I'm still in quite a bit of excruciating pain that we have still yet to really place a reason for the source of the pain. So there have been a lot of trial and error type situations where I've had to just, try this to see if it works. And some days it does, and some days it doesn't. Some days I just have to deal with the pain and be hopeful that over time it will gradually get better. One of the side effects that I experience constantly is constant red and sore throat. My throat, the back of my throat, the uvula, the tonsil area is always red. So that's a side effect that we still don't know for sure. That is, because of radioactive iodine, or just, lots of moving around of lymph nodes and surgeries in that area that's just going to take a little bit longer to heal. So I do suffer from chronic things that can be at times very painful, and I've just kind of learned to deal. But overall, mostly, I'm grateful that the main source of the problem is not the main problem anymore, which is that I don't have a ton of cancer in my body, at least that I know of. Now, the symptoms, a lot of times that I experience, have gotten worse, but overall, it is mostly, I've found out recently that it's probably not anything to do with malignancy, so I'm very grateful for that. As I said in my last couple of videos, I will find out soon more and more about my illness and how I'm doing, truthfully. So I don't want this to be super long, but I do want to say that my neck dissection was a success. The individuals, the doctors at Emory did a wonderful and beautiful job on my incision and on my surgery altogether. I'm going to show you a little bit about how I'm healing. The incision started from right in the middle of where my thyroid was removed and went all the way up to behind my ear. I do still have some sensitivity from that, and the right eye still struggle with my pupils acting funny at times, and my eyeballs do odd things just related to nerves not quite working as well. For about 4 or 5 months, my right eye was a lot more lazy than my left, so I looked kind of funny there for a while, but considering a lot of the issues that people that have experience after neck dissections, mine were very minor. I still suffer from like serious sinus severities, and of course, I was mentioning my throat. It's not fun, but overall I'd much rather have that than a ton of cancer throughout my body. I did have 2 drains. I was originally supposed to have 1, and I asked that they put the drains in the front instead of the back because I sleep on my back. So I kindly asked them to put the drains in the front, and my boyfriend and mom, bless their hearts, had to help me drain them every day, which probably wasn't fun for them, but they were troopers. And thankfully my doctors here, my ENT's PA, helped me remove them. A lot of people talk about how painful it is to have your drains removed after a surgery, but I had a lot of nerves that I still did not have feeling in, so gratefully I didn't feel any of really other than like a pop, because my nerves still weren't working at the time. So it did take me about 6 weeks before I actually started to feel better after my neck dissection. At the time, during when I had that done, my students were performing in a show, and I kind of went against medical advice and decided that I would take it upon myself to go and see them perform. So me and my very highly drugged self took myself to go and watch their show, and even though I was still sedated slightly from the anesthesia, I was also pretty heavily medicated on Percocet. So but I needed to go. I needed to do that for them, and so my boyfriend drove me in order for me to see their show, and that meant the world to me, and it meant the world to them. And even though I was not in my best form, it meant a lot for them to have me there, and they knew. They were, very, very well aware that Miss Brittany was gonna hopefully come see their show, that I would just be a little loopy. So thankfully that all worked out. And I did end up going to work a lot sooner than I planned. Unfortunately, about 3 weeks after my neck dissection, I felt like I was ready to go back into my normal routine, and because I went back into my normal routine much faster than I should have, the things that I was doing I was not yet prepared for, and I suffered a really terrible post-surgical infection. The whole right side of my neck got extremely swollen, and I suffered from that for about 2 weeks. So I probably could have healed a lot faster had I not just been in a rush to get back to work and get my normal life going. I am planning on posting a video that happened exactly a month, that I actually recorded a month after my neck dissection, to sort of update everybody. It was a video that I posted to just social media back in May, about a month post-op of that, and you can definitely see how the healing process was a little better there. You can see the laziness in my eye, but just to, how I was just discussing how I was healing. I just want to keep this video rather short. I will go in more detail about my neck dissection soon, but I did want to talk a little bit about self-advocacy. I know that I'll bring that that up again more and the importance of that in the future. I'm very grateful that my doctors, you know, did, after me hounding them a little bit, take a closer look. And I know that they are too, because like I said, had that not been caught, I would have been in a much deeper puddle of mud than I ended up being in. So I'll go into, you know, more things later, more of my side effects, and of course, once I find out where I am medically, I'll talk to you guys more about that. So those of you who are watching and are in the same boat that I'm in, or in a similar boat that I have been in, or have a family member who is, you know, going through something similar, I am grateful to hopefully be able to help you. And I know that I can be hard to understand at times. I tend to go from one topic to the next. I can self-diagnose myself with adult onset ADD. Don't mean to offend anybody, but I really am bad about that. So I hope to talk to you guys soon, and I hope that you're all enjoying your November. I'll see you soon. Bye.